What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some cracking acid-techno, and this is a tune from 2022. It's called Gunslinger, and it's on the Gunfight at the 303 Chorale EP, a name I very much enjoy. This is on the legendary WahWah label, the most having-it sub-label within the Stay It Forever universe, and we're going to listen to a track by Dynamo City, comprised of the legends Chris Liberator and Dave the Drummer, aka Henry Cullen, mixed with Andy Newbury in his Rats on Acid guise, meaning he also goes by Pest Control. But seriously, this is an absolutely brilliant tune. It's fast, it's fun, it's a bit wild and crazy. It's all the things that I enjoy about acid-techno, and quite frankly, I think all of those adjectives perfectly characterize the typical tenor on a WahWah release. Now, of course, there's some variety over the course of WahWah, as with any of the sublabels in the Stay It Forever world. At the same time, I do think WahWah is the most consistently wild and insane acid tunes, so yeah, this is a good example of that. And it has a bit of a throwback style. For some reason, it reminds me of a tune you might have heard in the late 90s, early 2000s, so yeah, either way, it's a cracking tune. Let's give it a listen. This is Dynamo City and Rats on Acid, and the track is Gunslinger. Yeehaw indeed. I want to know who did the vocals on this one. Ugh. This is a menace to the bass line. Oh, I love this element. Like dissonant, frantic. And watch it just light on fire. Characterize that one layer. It's like dissonant glass or like crystal. Getting sharper and sharper. 303 Slinger. I love that little scream. That was a chicken sound. It's funny, that sound there, like, with everything else going on, it sort of sounded like a metallic gong or something, but then in more isolation, it sounds like an electric alarm or something. Literally the most abrupt ending ever. But yes, so it's just a firecracker from start to finish. It's funny though, like, already it's firing along. It has this driving, menacing bass line. It's got that, like, crystalline, dissonant, like, it reminds me, like, of the type of sound that I believe often would come out of Kinetic Studios. I remember Pete talking to me about it. They had, like, this arpeggiator, and you could make, like a dissonant synth, and it would make arpeggios out of it. And a good example I'm thinking of is Trip Hazard's Gotta Get Out of It, which is a tune by DDR under his Trip Hazard name. I think it was made at Kinetic Studios, and it just has this, like, dissonant sort of winding synth, and that layer in this track, it's a different kind of sound. Again, it's more like crystalline or glass sounding, but it has that same, like, winding, dissonant feel to it, and I love the way it sort of builds and builds and builds. So already it's on fire, it's fantastic. And if that was, like, the main thrust of the tune, I would love it. It would already be great. And then it just lights on fire, and the acid intensity just goes through the roof. And from then on, you're just holding on for dear life. So I absolutely love it. It's also silly and fun. I forget what, I think it was in my review for Chris and Sterling's Acid WahWah, because some people had commented on the Discogs page that, like, yeah, I sort of like it, but, like, the vocals, they're a bit too on the nose, whatever. And I was like, look, to each their own, but I notably disagree. And to me, it's fun. Like, it's, you know, it is cool to be a bit silly. And, like, when did having fun and being a bit cheeky become acid-techno, which is, I think that's what I said. And to my mind, that's sort of like, you know, a bit of a wink, a bit of a one of these, a bit of silliness in an acid-techno tune that is otherwise just rocking and on fire. That, to me, is fantastic. That's, like, the essence of what drew me to the genre. It's like, oh, it's a bit punk rock, but it's also, like, crazy fun. It doesn't take itself too seriously. Like, it's just, you know, to me, that is quintessential acid-techno. So I love all the cheeky vocals, and it sounds like they were having fun in the studio, doing some accents, and then it seems like there's some, like, pitch or, like, effect adjustment of the vocals that they did. So yeah, just a really fun tune, a rockin' tune, an acid blazing tune, and I love the reference to, like, wielding 303s as if they're, you know, pistols in the Old West, and, you know, who's the quickest and best gunslinger or 303 slinger. So I enjoy the theme of the track as well. So shout out to Chris, to Henry, and to Andy. Do let me know what you think of the tune. I will see you next time. Peace.